Hey, the JBs are B. The Joss Boys are back, and you're jacked into Buffy's Angels. Buffy part of the title no longer matters. We're in the last season of Angel.
It still
That's all we're.
matters
Well, I guess in the grand scope of things.
in my heart.
Mm. But right now, it's all Angel all the time, baby. Getting through season 5. This week, episodes 5 and 6. Episode 5, Life of the Party. Episode 6, The Cautionary Tale of Numero Cinco. Logan expressed some worries about the season going into the podcast. I was right there with him when I was watching the first time, but I will say 7 and 8, which we are covering next week, two of my favorite episodes of the season. So
Like
uh,
last week wasn't that great either.
no, I told you that. I
Okay. So we're
I
on like a
have some.
3 episode stretch here.
We did a thing where like the first 7 episodes of the season are like basically case of the week. All
Hmm.
right, and there's some ups and downs with those 7 episodes,
Right.
and but then episode 8 kind of starts the season story. So
So the
it's
first
about to
part of
get.
next week isn't great either.
No, I actually it's a case of the week, but I really like that one.
Okay, good.
But yeah, then the next one, it's like we're
There's some
kicking
good
into
stuff
high
going
gear.
on.
There's good stuff for sure.
Yeah, I like where
But
some characters are.
listen, if you told me going into these episodes that hey, there's gonna be an Angel episode about pro wrestling, I would have been like, that's gonna be amazing. And no, boring.
Boring bottom 10 episode
I kind of agree.
so far.
Yeah.
But I think both of them. I think I put them both just together on
Nah,
the.
I kind of like Life of the Party. I think it's got some fun moments. It makes me laugh a few times. Got some good character shit. Um,
Yeah, they're drunk. That was
and
funny.
it's nice to have a Lauren focused episode, which you don't get
Was
that
he the
often.
focus? I guess he was the focus. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Plus, it really captured my imagination. I remember when I first heard about the concept in the watching this episode that Wolfram and Hart removed Lauren's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of obsessed over that for years. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I would love that.
You
If
would.
that ever becomes possible, I want to have
You
that
don't enjoy
surgery.
sleep?
Not really.
Hmm.
I sort of do it because I have to. But would I rather be watching a movie? Yes, all the time.
It's true. And you could watch 4 movies in 8 hours,
Yeah,
approximately.
I could block out time to do stuff that I should be doing when I'm watching movies during the day.
You could maybe get in a workout,
Get in a workout.
get
Maybe
on
find
a regimen.
maybe finally make a call to re-up my health insurance that I've been meaning to make for the last few weeks.
That would be good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark some of these things off the to-do list.
that's right. See, when I'm not watching Star Trek Insurrection, I'm sleeping. I could be doing that. I'd
Maybe
probably
we
just
should
watch another
quit
movie.
the podcast and stop watching Star Trek Insurrection.
Well, Logan, you know that we both think about that every day.
Well, we're done with Star Trek Insurrection. We'll never go back. We already did it. So
Yeah,
that's good.
that's through.
Yeah.
That is through, baby. Um, hey, we gotta go to the theaters, man. We got Final Destination and Mission Impossible coming out.
I saw some reviews about that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Listen, let's get into it. Life of the Party. That's the first one we're going to cover today. That was a Halloween episode. I don't think we ever did a Halloween episode of Angel. I've had a few Buffies,
One
notably
titled Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you might be right
And
about that.
Fear Itself and All the Way. Those are the Buffy Halloween
Spear
episodes.
itself, the bunny one, Anya's a rabbit.
That is correct.
Okay, that's a really fun one.
Yeah.
The other one
And
I don't
then
remember.
that's the one where you know like Dawn and Amber Tamblyn go into that creepy guy's house and you think he's gonna like kill them, but then it turns out their boyfriends are vampires.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring Amber Tamblyn. Well, I guess Buffy's over. I would bring her back, but she made a mark
Of
to
course
me.
she did. Listen, she's part of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. She is married to David Cross. She's done some amazing things in her life.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a
I
cute
remember when
couple.
she married David Cross, I was like, I give this 3 months, and they've been together for like 15 years.
That's horrible of you.
I know, I know. I had my doubts. Listen, let's talk about it. This aired October 29th, 2003, right ahead of the Halloween season. All right. Sports was in the air.
Wow.
That's Sports was in the air. The Yankees lost in 6 games to the Marlins. I think they were still the Florida Marlins back then. Now they're the Miami Marlins.
Mhm.
In the World Series. So Mark, that's I believe the Marlins' second World Series. Marlins used to do a fun thing where they would like overpay to get a World Series team, and then right after they won the World Series, they would just like trade all of the players around the league,
Wow, like it worked. Let's
and then they
shake
would
things
suck
up.
again. It did. It worked twice.
That's
Um,
pretty cool.
yeah. Lot going on. All right, here's some more sports. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
The night this episode aired, a young man made his NBA debut. A young 18-year-old man playing off of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow,
That's right. His name was LeBron James.
it's pretty
Have
incredible.
you, have you heard of this guy?
I've heard of him. Yeah,
It is so crazy. Like, I remember watching this episode when it aired. It feels like an entire lifetime ago.
he has a game tonight.
I
No,
know.
just kidding. Just
Well,
kidding.
yeah.
But
They're
basically,
yeah. So LeBron, by the way, the fucking Dallas Mavericks getting the first pick in the draft right after saying, get out of here. That league is fucking nonsense.
yeah, I've seen a lot of pieces come out like going through the history. Like you could tell it was rigged because of this and this and this and this and this. And then other people have been like, I promise it's not rigged. They have to do this? They have to.
You
There's
can
so many
tell it's
pieces.
rigged because of common sense.
I've heard them say like it's impossible to rig. I swear. I
Bullshit.
swear. They have their back turned.
Bullshit.
No one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
All right. So LeBron debuts this night
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat. It's a loss to the Sacramento Kings, unfortunately, but he holds up his end of the bargain. 25 points,
Wow.
6 rebounds, 9 assists. His first game ever.
LeBron's first game ever.
Yeah.
25, 6, and 9.
Yeah. Pretty good.
He's known for the stat line 27, 7, and 7. I don't know if you know that. That used to be like his standard stat line
Oh,
for a
really?
long
I,
time.
I didn't know that. This isn't far off from that.
No, it's pretty
Yeah.
close to that. Yeah.
All right. And here's another sports story. A young surfer, a young 13-year-old surfer by the name of Bethany Hamilton went surfing off of Hawaii the day before this episode aired, Logan. And unfortunately, a shark bit her arm off. But did it stop her?
Hell
No.
no.
She became the sole surfer. And she also either won or came in second place in the Amazing Race.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. She went very far that season.
I'll look that up.
Mhm.
And they made a nice movie about her. You say unfortunately, but it made her very famous, right?
No, it's true. I probably wouldn't be talking about Bethany Hamilton. I wouldn't know that name if not for that shark.
No.
She should thank that shark every day.
It got her cast on The Amazing Race. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Third place.
Third place. All right. So she was in the finale and then crapped out in the finale.
Yeah.
I think that might have been
Crapped out.
I think that might have been the finale that I was drunk and on Molly and went to the like RHAP live
On
watch
Molly?
of the finale. Yeah, I was just like on Molly and
Who'd you get it from? One of the people there?
No,
You
no,
bought
I
it?
bought it. I
Your
bought
Molly?
it from a club, an after hours club in Bushwick, like a couple nights earlier. But then I went to go watch that at a bar in Manhattan with
When you bought it, were you like, this is for The Amazing Race finale?
no, of course
Oh,
not.
okay.
But and who was the Jessica something?
Jess
The host of the
Jessica
Amazing Race.
Leese?
Jessica Leese. She was there.
Okay.
And I was just talking
I always
to
liked her.
her, drunk and on Molly, and I wanted to hit on her too, but I remember she had just gotten engaged like weeks earlier, so I didn't. I refrained.
You'd have been a early Alex Kidwell. Remember that happened to him?
Oh,
He
poor
was-
Alex Kidwell.
He was
Didn't we
like-
have him on the franchise?
Yeah, I forgot what you. I mean, not me, but I forgot what you
Yeah,
guys did with him.
he was a good guy. I mean, to me,
Clerks,
maybe.
Clerks and Clerks too. I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
forgot that
yeah.
guy existed. Poor Alex
I
Kidwell.
forgot that you existed.
Good job.
Taylor Swift.
Mhm. All right.
She
So what
competed
else?
with her husband, Bethany and Adam, married
Yeah,
surfers.
three arms between them.
That's true. No, he has
Mhm.
one too.
Bullshit.
That'd be great.
All right. Here's another. Here, a lot was going on this week. You know what happened the night after this episode aired?
What?
A new play premiered. A new
Death of a salesman.
on no, that was like the 50s, I think.
Oh shit.
A new play premiered on Broadway, a lovely new musical. All right.
What do we got?
And who we got in the cast? Kristen Chenoweth, Adele Dazeem,
Oh wow.
at the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem. And that is because the night after this episode aired was the first ever performance of Wicked.
I didn't know that was so late.
Yeah,
2003.
that's
Shout out to
right.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you haven't seen the movie. I was gonna spoil something.
No, I'm waiting for the franchise.
Right. Will we cover all of it? We would do like the Sam Raimi.
Yeah, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do Return to Oz from the 80s. There's a lot of like
Oz the
weird.
show.
No, that's not connected.
Okay.
But there's a lot of random Wizard of Oz ephemera in
Right.
film. Yeah, we could do that. All right. What else happened? Oh, the night this episode aired, also the pilot episode of A Minute with Stan Hooper aired. That's a show no one remembers, but I watched every episode. It ran for one season, starred Norm Macdonald, and I feel like if hey Ross, if that was on Rossflix, I'd rewatch that.
Really. He
Yeah,
played he
because
played a guy. I
it
thought Stan Hooper was maybe a real guy.
no, I think it's like Stan Hooper was like a dude on the news, and he had a segment like A Minute with Stan Hooper, and then he
Hmm.
like moved, he like retired young and moved to a small town, and it's about like Norm Macdonald trying to like get his bearings in the
Only a
small town.
season,
Yeah. Oh, it tanked, dude.
but it was good.
It was really good. Yeah.
That's cool.
hmm
He had a
Um,
few shows, I think, didn't he, Norm?
Yeah, well, he had done the Norm Show, which was a sitcom that ran like 3 or 4 seasons. That did okay. I watched every episode of that. It was from the same guy that created the Drew Carey Show, and this was his follow up to that, and
Hmm.
it didn't do nearly as well. And then after that, I don't know. I think he might have gotten out of the sitcom game and was more doing like talk show kind of shit. He
Yeah,
had
he had
a
a few of
great,
those.
great one called The Sports Show with Norm Macdonald. It was like the Daily Show, but only about sports stories.
Okay.
You would
I didn't know
you
he
would
was
have
so into sports.
He's a big sports guy. You would have loved that.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a
Uh,
sidekick?
no, it was just him.
Just
I remember
him.
they did like a whole episode on Michael Jordan having a Hitler mustache. It was fucking hysterical.
All right.
Um, all right. The number one movie in America, Scary Movie 3.
Okay.
All right.
Take my
They coming
strong hand. Just kidding. That's two. That's two.
that is two. Coming in at number is Scary Movie 3 the one with the hat though?
Yep.
Yep, great. All right. Number two, for the second week, I think it debuted at number one the previous week, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake with Jessica Biel.
I
And then
never know what's what. There are too many.
yeah, I
It's a
know.
franchise. I don't know.
Coming in at three is Radio, which I believe is one of the worst movies ever made.
Hmm.
You want to hear my impression of Radio?
Of course.
That's a good one.
Okay, you really nailed it.
He says that a million times. Take a drink every time Cuba Gooding Jr. Ad libs. That was a good one.
How do you know it's an ad lib?
I feel like it's probably written in there a few times, but you know how like some like impressionists, like they to lock into a character they have to like say a thing,
Yeah.
and I feel like that was his way of getting into character as Radio. Like he would say that was a good one, and then he's Radio now.
My Boston Rob, I always have to. Hey,
Hey, yeah, I do
hey.
that too.
You
Yeah,
always have to start out with. Hey.
it's like Dana Carvey. He used to do George H.W. Bush, and it was not gonna do it. And then
No.
after that, he got
That's
it.
very specific.
Yeah. All right, and also debuting on the indie charts, Jane Campion's "In the Cut" and
Oh,
Gus Van Sant's "Elephant," which had won the Palme d'Or earlier that
wow.
year.
What's better,
Palm,
that or the follow up?
what follow up
What's right after that?
for Gus?
Hmm.
Paranoid Park.
Yeah, what's better between those two?
I prefer Elephant, but they're both pretty great.
Okay, I don't know why I think they're similar in my mind.
They
Only
are
seen
similar.
one.
Uh, tonally, he was doing a thing. He did like a few movies in a row that were sort of similar pacing wise and tonally. One was Jerry.
Mm.
One was Elephant. One was Paranoid Park, and I want to say there's a fourth one too, but I can't remember right now.
Drugstore cow. I don't know.
Nah, no.
He's very interesting. One of the more interesting filmmakers
Oh,
ever.
absolutely. Yeah, one of the
Can
best.
do so many things.
He'd be in my top 20.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
Thank you. All right. I'm done. Let's talk about it. This episode is written by Ben Edlund, the fellow who joined the writing staff from the creator of The Tick.
Right.
Um, he's this one felt very Ben Edlundy. Like I could see this being an episode of The Tick. And it's directed by Bill L. Norton, who we've come across quite a few times on Angel, dating back to season 2. He's the fellow that directed More American Graffiti.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's hear Logan's thoughts on Life of the Party.
Why is he only credited Bill Norton on IMDb? No L.
I think his like movie credits are Bill Norton, so they
Copy and paste it.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
That's
just like
weird.
the go-to, but certain projects for some reason he's credited with the L.
Well, what, like Paul Stephen Rudd? I don't know.
There you go. It's exactly like Paul Stephen Rudd.
So, life of the party. Melissa McCarthy. She's going back to high school.
Oh God.
No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't prepared to do that. I just came up. Lorne. Something's going on with Lorne. We don't know exactly what it is yet. By the way, he had like a sidekick. By the way, this show is doing great stuff with music. I want to say they're just constantly pumping in music, and I love it. Like someone is just walking, we're pumping in cool music.
I
Good, sexy
agree.
music.
You know what I
Great.
loved at the beginning of this episode? You
What?
know, they play like, baby, my heart is full of love and it's
Mm,
time for you. That and it transitions into the theme song.
mm.
That
That
was
was good.
interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that was neat. Yeah, they're doing really, I thought, experimental stuff with the music. I was into it. But Lorne, he sees like his reflection in the mirror, like get evil and start acting out, not the way he's acting. And then
Yeah.
he breaks the mirror. Pretty bad stuff.
Yeah. He's fracturing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on, but it was pretty cool. Eve is like sneaking into Angel's room while he's in the shower. She has a key. She just comes in whenever she wants to, watches him shower.
Eve sees Angel's dick in like 3 separate scenes in this
We all
episode.
do this episode. He
Yeah.
stands up by the couch and covers it with a pillow.
Also, he pops it right up into her pussy at one point.
He does do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pops it right up in her pussy.
I like the part where he gives everyone directions, like you do this, and Eve, you stay here, and I'll fuck you some more.
Yep, that was great. Best part of the episode. Or when she smacked his butt, like, come on, Angel. I love that too. But she's like, "Hey, why are you in the shower so long? Are you in there jerking off? What's going on there?" She's
Eve, cool it.
He's like, my hair's getting longer. I gotta wash
He
it more.
just killed a demon. He had sludge all over him.
Yeah, it was like in my butt crack. I had to get it out. Eve,
Yeah.
come on. We learned that there's like a Halloween extravaganza going on at Wolfram and Hart. That's fun. I noticed that Harmony was in this episode. Is she not in the next episode, possibly?
I don't believe so. But yeah, she has a real nice time in this episode. I like when she's the only one on the dance floor dancing.
I like that too. A big wide shot of just Harmony there.
I
I enjoy Harmony. Harmony is pretty good.
Yeah.
And what were these guys? They drink blood, but I wasn't sure they were vampires or not.
They're not. They're some sort of sect of demon. The main guy is the Archduke Sabasis. I think we'll see him again.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, and yeah, they do have this weird thing where like they have like these little boy slaves where they like uncork their veins and
It
fucking
was I
drink
was
their
really
blood.
into it,
Yeah.
but I was like, they're not vampires necessarily. What are
No, the
they?
blood was blue.
Blue blood. Whoa, like Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Or Tom Selleck,
Blue
mashed
milk.
potatoes.
What? Blue blood. Oh, blue blood. I'm so stupid. That's so funny. Oh man. We we're like we visit them and we're like, hey, come to our party, right? That's fun. And they're like, yeah, we'll come, but we have like a big we like move the wall and there's a bunch of weapons behind the wall. We're like, we're gonna take
Right.
all the weapons to their party.
We don't trust these fucks.
Right. I
And
wouldn't
then one
either.
of the dudes, the sidekick guy, showed up wearing like a jacket made of Pylean skin.
Yeah, it's Pylean, made out of
Yeah,
not from Pylea, but made from from a Pylean person,
yeah,
basically. That was funny. And and Lauren also referenced Caritas at one part in this episode. We get
yeah.
Pylea and Caritas references. And Wesley and Fred start drinking. Gunn is like peeing in the plants. That was weird.
Yeah. I
Uh
don't love that part of the episode.
I didn't either. It
But
was fine. Gunn's good though. I feel like the Gunn
but
actor is
it's
getting really
nice.
good.
Yeah, but it's nice to see Wesley and Fred getting scenes together
They
and
were
getting
probably
to
the
be
best part.
fun and shit. Yeah.
Or
Oh,
Angel.
but when Fred brings up Knox to Wesley and oh,
Oh, terrible.
Wesley
What do
can't
you
get
think
a
about
win.
Knox? What do you yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was winning with Lila for a bit,
Oh, he was.
but
That's a
then
big win.
big win. He still got that dollar too. Probably
Hmm.
looks you think he's framed the dollar in his home on his
Possibly.
nightstand? Little
No, he
framed
doesn't seem
dollar.
like a frame type of guy. I feel like he leaves it in the top drawer every so often, just opens that drawer, looks at it for a second, feels sad, closes it.
I bet he keeps it like folded in one of the pockets in his wallet.
Oh,
Like in
that's
the
very possible. I could see
like with
that.
his photos or
Hmm.
license or whatever. Um there's like a murder. One of those blood suckers dies in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Jurassic Park, the guy that
Yeah,
runs
it's
off to
just
the
like that.
bathroom. Did you think
Hmm.
about that when you were watching it?
Of course.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Anytime I see someone die on a toilet, I think of Jurassic Park.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. One of the best lines from line readings from Jeff Goldblum
Yeah.
or from anyone ever. Uh, Jeff Goldblum in that movie is just the best performance
There's
he's ever
so
gave.
many line readings from that movie when he's explaining like chaos theory, the part where faster must go faster.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a legend.
yeah. We go. Oh, this is when Angel and Eve disappear. They go get it on in the office area, and then Wesley. Oh, I loved this line. I drank a third of a half of this beer. And then they're like, "Is
Yeah.
that weird? What? That's so weird." They're I think by far the best part of the episode.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
Fred's the MVP.
Fred. You might be right. You might be right. She is adorable, Fred. She is like
Mhm.
making her fast run at one of my favorite characters. And I liked Wesley. Charles, you just peed on my shoes.
That's weird.
Why is he peeing so much?
Yeah, like the directive. It's basically this episode is something blue. The Buffy episode where like Willow does that thing where she like tells people to do stuff and then they do it.
Right.
Like, why don't you just get married already? And then Spike and Buffy like get married.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but it's so tenuous. Like he tells Gunn at one point, like mark your territory. That's why he's peeing everywhere. I don't think.
But
It's
how does he
great.
have so much pee?
But I wonder myself. Well, maybe he's drinking a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they are drinking a lot. That's fair.
Yeah, they're at a party.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I like the confidants confiding confidentially.
Yeah.
And then that's what she says. What do you think about Knox?
Mhm.
That sucks. This
I
is
like
where
that they're looking for Lauren's sleep in
right.
like a thing, and they find like, oh, it's like Marjorie from accounting's ennui. She had her ennui removed.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of
Fred's like,
great.
"Where's the sleep? Where are you, sleep?"
You know?
Spike shows up. He says, "This is my favorite song," and it's like dubstep. Or no, he says, "This is
Yeah.
the greatest song ever written," and it's just
It's
a
just like
dubstep
house music.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so funny. Spike's great. Spike is very funny now on Angel.
Oh yeah.
He's like a comedic
Well,
character now.
right now, what they're doing, he's still like incorporeal or whatever. So he's just sort of like wandering around, fucking around. Like he'll get more important to the action sooner than later.
Well, we
But
set up
yeah.
with Fred, like he's like he
Yeah.
really he has a motivation now. But yeah, the stuff where he's like he loved that gun peed on Angel's desk or a
Yeah.
chair. He's just very funny. And then we all walk in on Angel and Eve, and that's where Angel's like, "All right, you do this, you do this, Eve. I'm gonna fuck you some more."
Hmm.
And then Fred, oh, that's the thing. And then we assume Angel is like the bad guy, so we like want to fight Angel. And then we learn Wesley, he's an empath demon with no sleep, which I guess is a problem. And they say
Well,
that
that's Lauren.
I say Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a guy. He's just a normal guy. But what was the thing he said when he first showed up?
He's a rogue demon hunter.
Rogue demon hunter. But it was like a rogue demon hunter.
Yeah.
Wait, there was something to do with that. And then we learn. By the way, I thought Fred was being really just a little too stupid for my liking when she's drunk. Like when you're drunk, you're not necessarily stupid, but
Not
she didn't.
necessarily, but some people fucking are.
Maybe Fred's one of those people, but she's
Yeah,
like she
maybe.
was a big pothead. I feel like she'd be able to handle alcohol.
No,
But she didn't.
pothead people, they're just about like chilling out. And like sometimes when a pothead starts drinking, it gets a little ugly.
Oh wow, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But she like the words catastrophic and manifest. She didn't understand what those meant. I was like, you'd
Yeah.
still understand, I think.
Yeah. You're the head of the science division, Fred.
Yeah, that didn't make full sense to me, but I'm just complaining probably. And then we go, there's like a giant Lorne.
Yeah.
He showed up, and then we like disposed of him pretty quickly, I thought.
Yeah.
It was like a quick fight.
It's a pretty good effect though when he like
Turned
disappears
into
or whatever.
confetti.
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoyed that. At one point, Harmony called him Lorny Tunes,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was fun. Also, because he's a singer, tune.
Good job.
He likes the tunes.
And her name's Harmony, which is like
whoa, 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 whoa. And oh, so Knox and Fred, they end the episode. They go get a drink. They go make a drink after the crazy night they had. So that's
Yeah.
fun. And Angel's like, "Hey Eve, let's talk about like what just happened. We just like fucked each other a whole bunch tonight." And she's like, "I went to UC Santa Cruz. I this isn't my first rodeo, Angel."
Yeah. That was a shout out to Marty Noxon, by the way, who went to UC Santa Cruz.
Oh wow, she's revealing her slutting days.
I guess
Basically.
so.
That's very funny. Um, and then yeah, Gunn peed in the chair, and then it ends on like Lauren sleeping.
Yeah.
They're like, "Good night, Lauren. Don't sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite." And then we like tuck him in, and that's the end of the episode.
Pretty much. Yeah, I sort of like this episode.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely better than the. I'd say it's better than the last. The sixth one and the fourth one, at least. I don't think as good as the first three.
I think this is the second best out of the first six.
Wow. All right. I mean, I haven't looked at my ranking.
So give me like wherever I have like Unleashed, and I'll go up from there.
Okay, I'm gonna go between Blind Date and Sanctuary 70. And you oh shit, I almost just deleted this thing. Unleashed.
Yeah.
All right. Go up. I've got you under my skin. Happy anniversary, ground state, that vision thing.
Wait, I like all those more than this.
Down.
No, maybe just put it between Unleashed and whatever the other I've Got You Under My Skin, was it?
Yeah. You don't hear what's
Yeah.
under it? Maybe you like it less.
What's under Unleashed?
The house always wins.
No, I feel comfortable there.
All right. So I've got you under my skin, life of the party, Unleashed.
Yeah.
All right. So you're 68, my 70. I like that.
Oh.
Who's the MVP? Fred?
Yeah, or Lauren if you want to, but
I'd go Wesley or Angel above Lauren.
Okay.
but it's good top four. Who's the LVP?
Mm, I don't know. Everyone was fine. Maybe Gunn just because of the peeing thing. But
That's actually a good call.
I do want to say that there's that dude who's later a regular on Bones showed up again in this episode.
TJ Tyne,
Yeah.
employee number one.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he doing that? What's up with that?
I don't know. I guess this is where they met or something.
Very weird,
Yeah.
but that's cool.
Why is it weird?
It's just weird. He's back and then he went on to be on every episode of Bones.
Yeah. Made an impression.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's that.